Hey everybody, this is Screwnails, and yeah, it's been a while. Yep, this is my first upload in like maybe a few months. If you guys are new to this channel, new to the video, new to who I am, my name is Screwnails, and yeah, so I'm gonna be giving you guys a Sky Striker Eldlich deck profile. There isn't really that many showcases of this deck, at least on YouTube, or at least you can't really find any if you search for some. So I thought I'd put my foot in the door and just show you guys what I got. I'm not gonna explain too much in detail what the card synergy does that much, other than the fact that it's a really good going second build. So what you do is you use your Sky Striker cards first, and that basically breaks the board, and then you try to summon the Golden Boy, and so the good thing about these two decks is Sky Striker with Engaged getting hit kind of hurt the deck, and well, didn't just hurt the deck, it basically killed it, but it's still pretty good rogue option. And now that Sky Striker actually has Eldlich to marry, you can actually have an actual win condition with this deck, because Eldlich is basically like Sky Strikers with traps. Kind of. It's a stretch, but still. But anyway, no more talking. I'm just gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. So let's just start off with the spells, I guess, since this is the first stuff to pop up. Area Zero. Area Zero is really good with this deck, because if you open up this with any Eldlich trap, you can set the trap, pop it with Area Zero, search for your Sky Striker cards, and yeah, it's really good because you can do Eldlich plays in the graveyard because of this card immediately. And it's also really good to see Eldlich and I guess the Golden Boy and these cards, because you actually have some interactions with the Golden Boy and these spell and traps. So I'll just move that to the side for now. Next, we played 2 Widow Anchors, and we got this back to 2. It's not at 3, not full power, but you know what? Mind Control's at 1. And yeah, this is basically Mind Control but for Sky Striker, so it's not that bad. I think the exchange is okay, although having one engage would have been nice at least, but that card was really unfair and not very good to be splashing in Orcus. So just 2 Widow Anchors. You know what Widow Anchor does by now. Shark Cannon, 2 of these, graveyard reliant decks in this format, so you know what, this is a really good card because of that. So format basically this is the meta call. Got 1 multi-roll because we can't play multiples. This is at 1 now, so only thing we can do is play 1, but seeing this is really good, especially with other Sky Striker spells. Then we got Hornet Drones. Hornet Drones is really good. We only play 1 because we only have 1 copy, and you know what it does. Afterburners, just 1, it's okay. Jamming Wave, same thing, it's another Sky Striker card, and yeah, we don't have Engage, unfortunately, but you know what, we gotta run multiple cards that are decent. So, next up we got the Foolish Burial, 2 of these. It's really good, even if you have Metal Foes Fusion in hand, you can use one of these to be able to send one of your Eldlich spells or traps, or the Elixir spells and traps with this card, so it's pretty good with that. Got some interaction. 1 Upstart Goblin, and it's really nice to see it in foil. But yeah, Upstart Goblin, because we run 40 cards, might as well run another card that can get us to whatever we need. 1 Terraforming, you know, this would be great at 2, but Trickstar Light Sage at 3 would also be nice, but apparently we can't have nice things because Konami's fucking dumb. 1 Metal Foes Fusion, and honestly, once I get a different engine, either the either I'm gonna be playing the Lightsworn like 5-card engine, or I'm going to play the Magician Soul engine, Invoke, whatever, once I do end up getting the cards for that. But until then, Metalfoes Fusion is good because once this hits the graveyard, you can just get that, just draw cards because of it, so, or a card. Reinforcement of the army for our Sky Striker monsters, or at least monster. And then we play 3 Black Awakening. 3 Black Awakening because it's special summons. The bad side of this card is that it locks you into zombies, and we don't run any other zombie targets other than Eldlich, the Golden Orb. So, unfortunately, sucks because you can't really do Sky Striker plays after you activate this, but this is pretty good regardless. You end up, if you open this up, you do your Sky Striker stuff first, and then you're able to do any of the Elixir stuff first, or Elixir stuff first, or afterwards. 2 Curse Evelyn because it's a good card. Well, if they force you to go first, this is good for going first. Pay 100 and you basically win the game, or at least if it actually goes through. 1 Elixir White Destiny for same reason that we run the other Elixir card. It's pretty good, and I'm wondering if that's Alistair, the Invoker. I'm not sure. You guys should let me know if that's true or not. Next up, I'll show you guys the traps. So, 3 Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine, and same reason you run the spell, or the spells elixirs, is because it special summons, but it locks you into zombies again. But this one, instead of being from hand or, I think it's hand or deck, right? This one's hand or graveyard, the other one's hand or deck, and this one is deck or graveyard. So, yeah, pretty good. To Conquistador, honestly, thinking about running more than 2 because it's a really good card. Spot removal if you control the Golden Boy. And 2 of the infamous card that nobody can actually pronounce. And I guess since nobody knows how to pronounce it, I'll give you guys a real quick lesson. It's Huaquero. Huaquero, the Golden Land. And why is it called Huaquero? Because in Spanish, the H is silent. So, anyway, yeah, it's Huaquero, not Huaquero. I know a lot of people like to say Huaquero, but it's actually Huaquero. Grave Robber and Guardian of the Golden Land. Just one of these. It's another target for, I guess, just another Golden Land target. But honestly, I'm thinking about just cutting this for Conquistador because Conquistador is better. This is basically just it targets your opponent's monster and negates the attack, or it just basically makes the attack 0, which is decent, but it's not really all that. Same as Huaquero, it's like okay because it's like a DD Crow, but eh. Then we run 2 Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment over the Omni Negate. And the reason why you would play that over the Omni Negate is because this is more generic. If you see this in your hand, it's not that bad because if you don't get the Eldlich, Golden Lord, you can't really use the Omni Negate. So better to just use Judgment. Plus, it's not hard to just smack your opponent with the Golden Lord. So next up, we play 3 of the Golden Lord. Well, I mean, you don't have to run 3, although seeing 3 is pretty good because people have been catching on to the deck. DD crowing this or banishing this somehow ends up killing your deck, so having multiple copies is great. Although, I can say that if you do have only 2 copies, you can also do that. 2 copies is more than enough for the Eldlich Golden Lord. This is a really, really pricey card, so I wouldn't blame you if you only play 2. But if you play this at 2, it still works pretty well. Just, you're gonna kind of miss the 3rd copy if you do end up playing this deck, because a lot of people know how to play around it. But Eldlich the Golden Boy, it's just Really, really good. Strong monster. If you special summon from hand, it's 3,500. You can go into Gustav and just burn your opponent, smack them with this. It's pretty good. Next up, play 3 Ray. 3 Ray because Ray is Bay. Or at least Ray is just a really, really good card, and you know, has some plays with the links too. So, and then 1 Rose, and I'm thinking about running more than one, but I guess for now it's fine at 1. Although it does kind of make me wonder, why is this a dark and this a light? Has anybody else noticed that, or is it just me? Just me? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe Ray is actually evil. Who knows? Anyway, on to the extra deck. So, Sky Striker Ace. We got the Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon. Pretty good. I don't have the Leap because the Leap is expensive as shit right now, and I'm not trying to buy that at the moment. Although, if you do have the Leap and the Gustav, really good because you can just attack your opponent with 4,000 multiple times when it has a Exisa material on it. And then we run Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. It's not too hard to make, and also since I don't have the Leap, this is another target that's pretty good and generic. Ningirisu, the World Chalice Warrior, same reason, it's just like spot removal. Honestly, I don't really think you need this in this deck because you can easily pop your stuff or your opponent's stuff with a lot of the stuff that you have. But if you need a monster negate or a non-targeting monster pop or like shuffle back, whatever you want to call it, this is really good for that. Next up, the basically you make this, you win card. Kinda because we just won because it's just another name, and it's okay. Zeke is a really good card. Same reason that you would run Ningirisu is because of this. It's okay if you don't make it early, but it's really great in the end when you're trying to finish up your opponent or finish off your opponent. You just make this banish one of their cards and then just roll over them. Then we got Kagari. We played 3 of her because Kagari, and I mean, she was at 1 for a very long time for a good reason. Kagari is just insane. Although, would you trade 1 Kagari for, I don't know, 2 engage, or no Kagari for engage? That's a good debate. But honestly, Kagari is just really strong right now because you can't really do much with the current build. But it's okay. Then you got Hayate, direct damage, know what it does, and then Shizuku at 3 because you can search your spells. But that's it. That's the whole deck profile. If you guys want a proper analysis of the actual deck, or at least you want to see the deck in action, I might actually do a video on that later. But if you guys like this video, make sure that you like the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the build. Yes, there's some cards that I could swap out and maybe different engines to play, but for now this is just the bread and butter build that anyone can make. Although, yeah, sure, Eldlich is expensive, but if you got money to burn, just go ahead and make this deck and you won't regret it. It's a fun deck, especially going second, and it takes a lot of people off guard because they don't even know how to, they know how to play against Sky Striker and they know how to play against Eldlich, but can they really out both at the same time? It's pretty hard. But anyway, so please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, so I can make more content and you can see more content like this. And yeah, expect to see more of me soon. But anyway, alright guys, that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.